Hey there, I'm back. As a person who received plenty of hate during the year whenever I would put a New Orleans Saints video out there because I didn't think Drew Brees was great anymore. What are you doing, pal? Some guy just backing up down the street, not giving a fudge. I digress. But I would get a lot of hate from the Saints fans saying, you don't know what you're talking about, Drew Brees still has it. Like, hindsight, we can all look back and say, you know what, Drew Brees definitely wasn't physically what he was, and he was never outstanding physically, but definitely down the stretch after the elbow and everything else, he just wasn't what he once was. But he officially retired 2 days ago. So at this point, I want to take a look back, and I want to give Drew Brees his props. Easily one of the best free agent signings of any team ever. You know, right up there with, you know, Reggie White for the Packers when free agency first became a thing. That's the only one that's sticking out in my mind. I'm sure there are plenty of other ones that I just can't think of because I didn't really think about that before I started talking. But like, we look at Drew Brees now as what he's going to go down as, which is one of the all-time greats, probably a top 10 quarterback. He's up near the top of every statistical category you could be at as a quarterback. So he's going to go down easily as a top 10 quarterback of all time. But, like, you have to go back. And, I mean, it's not like this dude was just great right out of the gate, right? He was drafted second-round pick of the San Diego Chargers at the time. He struggled early on. I think he got benched by Doug Flutie. They actually drafted Phillip Rivers. So Drew Brees was drafted in 2001. The second round, 2004, they drafted Phillip Rivers, technically number 1 overall, but you know, it was Eli Manning, and then they traded for Phillip Rivers. So that was 3 years. So they were pretty much ready to move on from Drew Brees. He comes out, has a dynamite year. I think Phillip Rivers lit a fire under him, has a dynamite year, and then comes in next year, and he just absolutely mangles his throwing shoulder, right? Mangles it. Like, people thought that he was never going to be able to play football again or throw football again. Like, he completely mangled his right shoulder. And he was, you know, you were taking a chance signing him because you didn't know what he was going to be. Was he going to be the guy that lit the world on fire in 2004? Or, you know, was he just not going to be able to do it anymore because of the catastrophic shoulder injury he had? And this will be something that the Dolphins and Dolphins fans will just probably stew over forever. And it's that same offseason. So Drew Brees was out there. Another quarterback that was out there, it was Dante Culpepper. And I want to say this might have been the year that Saban was the coach. The 1 year that Nick Saban was the coach for the Dolphins. So you have Drew Brees. Dante Culpepper was great, right? He had, you know, an MVP caliber season. I don't think he won the MVP, but he had a couple really good seasons with the Vikings. He was also throwing to Chris Carter, Randy Moss. He ends up hitting free agency. He was kind of on a downward trend, whereas Drew Brees was hitting an upward trend before the shoulder injury. They make the call to go ahead and pay Dante Culpepper, the Miami Dolphins, that is. And the Saints come in and they scoop up Drew Brees, and they have this young, hot shot former offensive coordinator becoming their head coach. The guy's name was Sean Payton, pretty good. And this was also around the time that Hurricane Katrina was, you know, New Orleans was trying to bounce back from that. So I think this was their first season. Drew Brees' first season was their first season back in the Superdome. And, you know, they took a chance. The New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton, they took a chance on Drew Brees. And damn it, did he reward them tenfold. Because, again, if you go back to those times in context, you didn't think that Drew Brees' career was going to continue, or you thought he might give it a shot, and then it wasn't really going to work out. Again, this is 2005. Like, you know, you tore your ACL, you were out for a year and a half. Like, it's not, medicine wasn't advanced. The surgeries weren't as advanced as they are now, but he comes in and he just absolutely has a heck of a career, a 15-year, 16-year career with the Saints. Like I said, all types of records, leads them to a Super Bowl victory, and they're going down as, he's going to go down as a top 10 quarterback. So for all the hate that I was getting due to the fact that, I thought Drew Brees was, kind of at the end of his rope down the stretch. He was at the end of his rope down the stretch. He just overcame so much in his career, and I wanted to, because I feel like that stuff doesn't get talked about as much. You just remember how great he was, but you don't remember any of the stuff that he had to overcome. So I just wanted to put this video out there, because when it comes to Drew Brees, man, as much as I crapped on him down the end of his, 41-year-old Drew Brees with, the shoulder, that catastrophic shoulder injury, I believe finally caught up to him, and, the elbow and the UCL and all that stuff. Physically didn't have it. Wanted to see him go out, before he completely fell apart. But I have nothing but respect for the dude. He had just a heck of a career, overcame so much, and, in retirement, I want to salute this man. By far, for sure, first ballot Hall of Famer, Drew Brees, hell of a competitor, fun to watch, so fiery. Props to you, my man. I'm sure you won't see this because like 37 people will see this, but props to you. Thanks for all the memories of, all the heroics, the Katrina season, the first season back in the Superdome, all that. Congrats. Enjoy retirement. Pick up golf. Do something. But what you did and what you had to overcome by me is not going to be forgotten, and I hope this gets out there so other people can kind of realize, especially the younger folk that might have been young when, Drew Brees went through all this stuff, so they can understand everything that you went through. So props, salute. This one's over. Subscribe. Maybe give it a like, thumbs up. I usually don't ask for stuff like that. Actually, I do all the time, but like, thumbs up, subscribe, share it, click one of these other videos. I'll see you in the next one.